Hi everyone, Donna Log Cabin Stitcher here, and I've been trying to work through some of my yarn stash this year. So I pulled out a little tote, and this little tote here, I think I got these at Aldi on clearance one time or something, but this one was full of cotton yarn. So I thought I would make some market bags. So I have several market bags to show you. So, and I took notes so I can tell you about them. The first one is a market bag by Stephanie Zed. And it's a nice big bag. And I really like this one because it's done all in one piece. You start here, like here, and then you do the mesh part, and then you go around, and then you do the other side at the top, and then you turn it, and then you start working on the sides and the handles, and you just go round and round. Like I said, I really like doing this one. Let me see. It's a lot of chain stitches, as you can see. And she does have a smaller size available, and she also has this bag out now in 2 colors. So, and it works up really quick. I did this in a couple evenings. So this, and I made this with, I had several cones of this cotton yarn, and some of them were smaller and some of them were really big. So I will show you what I made with those. Alright, so the second one is called the Mavis String Bag by Mother Bunch Crochet. And I will link these, some of these are YouTube videos, I'll link them down below. Now this was leftover yarn from a Mary Maxim monthly crochet kit that I have. This one has a lot of double crochets. So that is what this one looks like. And this one I only had to end off once. Can't remember now, you might have started up here and then you worked around, did the other side, and then I think she had you end off and then you started the handles and the sides. But I really like that one. Like I said, that one's a lot of more double crochets than the chain stitches at the first one that I showed you, so it goes really quick. Now this one, this Mother Bunch Crochet, she also has another pattern. It's called the Lola String Bag. And it's like a large granny square, and then you like gather it up and make it. I did not make that one, but I really want to make that one. Okay, so the next one is, okay, so this one, I still had some yarn left from that kit, so then I added some other colors to it. And this one is out of this leaflet here. And I did this one on the back, right there. And this one is called Lace Tote. And let me see. This is a very large bag. It's, you could use this at the beach, like a nice big beach bag. How big that is. And then it has drawstring at the top, so you just pull it to close it. And I put like little beads on there on your strings. But that is that one. Now this one you could definitely, it starts with a round bottom. So you could definitely, you know, stop increasing, stop a couple rows before, and then it won't make quite such a big bag. But if you want a big bag, this is a great bag. and I really enjoyed making this one. It took me a little longer to do. It took me, I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 evenings to do that one. Oh, and I wanted to tell you that I did not use the cording that was in the pattern. There's a lady, her name's Anya, and she has a crochet channel called Ophelia Talks, and I followed her cording pattern to make the cording. And I will link her video below how to do that, but I really enjoy how she does her cording. What else do I want to tell you about that one? That's about it. It's mostly V-stitches, this one here. Okay, so the next one is, okay. So this is a Lily Sugar and Cream. And you know how you get the patterns on the labels. So this pattern came off that label, and it made this bag. It's the handle. Now it didn't make a very big bag, but you know, it'll be stretchy, so you can fit a lot in there. I don't like this one because it doesn't really have a flat bottom. It's just kind of, you start working at the sides immediately. There's really no bottom at all. So, and this one's a lot of chain stitches for your mesh. Okay, so that's that one. Okay, the next one came out of this magazine, Crochet, and looking for the date, spring of 2017. And it is this pattern here, Radiant Motif Market Bag. So I took a copy of it so I could make notes and stuff on it. This one, I used, again, one of these big large cones of cotton, and I used almost the whole thing, and you'll see why in a minute, because I made a huge bag. Well, I kept going bigger and bigger, and then I'm like, oh, it's not big enough, and I made it bigger, and then it ended up being really big. So that is this one. I don't even know if I can get it all in the camera. Here's the handle. And then here's the bag. If I go back a little bit. So, like I said, it made a very large bag. And the handle is long enough you could probably put it, you know, around your neck and shoulder, carry it that way. The only thing I didn't like about this pattern, it had you do like a border at the top and one at the bottom, but not on the sides. But when you know, made the sides, then you attach it to the sides. So I think I would have, when I did the top and the bottom, I would have went around in a square a couple times, just kind of bordered the whole thing. But it is a nice, big, pretty bag. I like the motif in the middle. Very pretty. Let's see. Okay, I think that's all I want to tell you about that one. This next one is, of course I had to do one by BagODay because she has tons of bags out there. This one is actually called the Summer Beach Bag. I just used leftover cottons for this. I think the one she made is all done in one color. And this one works up very quickly also because it's a double crochet mesh. So that is this one here. Here's the handles. There's the tote bag. So it's not a real big bag, but you can certainly fit a lot in there. It does have a rectangular bottom on it. So I did that, and then on her she does flowers and adds like 3 bright flowers to it. But I decided I found this little pattern for a sea turtle. So I added that. But I haven't really tied it on yet. I'm not real sure how I want to tie it on. So that is that bag. And then the next one, I think this is my last one. It's called the Sakura Market Bag. It's by K.A.M.E, K.A.M.E Crochet, and I think it's her initials. It's like Christina Ann something. I found the pattern on Love Crafts, and you need to check out their website if you haven't been on it before, but I will link the pattern below. And it is this one right here. And it's a free pattern. These are all free patterns that I did. And again, I used one of those big cones of cotton. And here it is. This one's my favorite. I love this one. Love it, love it, love it. It's done with a chain stitch for your mesh. Here is the bottom. Isn't that pretty? And you could, this pattern right here, you could make that like into a doily. You just stop, you know, when you get so far, and it works up really pretty. And this one again is done all in one piece. Start at the bottom and then work your way up, and then you do the handles and go around the top. And I wanted to show you, I have one end to weave in, one here, and then one of course where you started. But I love this bag. It worked up very quickly. I would definitely make this one again. And you can certainly do these in colors. I just happened to, you know, like I said, I had these cones of cotton and I was wanting to use up that cotton, so I was making all these bags from that cotton, or cotton that I had. But I think, yep, that is all of them. So just a couple tips I wanted to tell you for making all these bags. Like I said, you can do all kinds of different colors. It would just be so pretty. Or you can use scraps, like I did with this one. I just used some scraps that I had. And the other thing is, I would definitely use a stitch marker for every round. Once you start your round, I would put a stitch marker in there, and then when you get to the end of the round, you'll know where you started. Especially with the chain stitch mesh, because sometimes it gets a little hard to see where you started. So I would definitely use a stitch marker. You know, I've been crocheting many years, and it really helped me to put that stitch marker in there. The other thing is make sure you use a big enough crochet hook when you're working with cotton yarn, because I got my little sample here. You don't want to, like, you know, have to pull really hard, you know, because your arm is going to be sore. So make sure you have a big enough hook that you can just pull through nice and loose. So make sure, as a couple of these patterns I went up a hook size, and it depends on your cotton yarn, you know, but try a few chains and make sure you have a big enough hook. So do that. Let's see what, and then I have all these I have all these little scraps of yarn left from all the bags I made. So what I like to do, I have a baggie, big baggie, and it has cotton. I have it marked, this is my cotton yarn. So I will put all my little scraps in this bag. And then I found, as I, play on the internet, I find patterns. This one's called the K.A.M.E Market Bag by Lion Brand. And it didn't print very well because I'm running out of color. I don't like, but it's just hexagon motifs that you make. So this would definitely be good for your scraps of yarn. And then this is another one that is a solid stitch granny square. Inga's crocheted bag. So this would be another one to use up your scraps of cotton to make the like little granny squares, and then you sew them together to make a bag. So okay. Oh, and I wanted to tell you too, I was looking at my notes, I wanted to tell you, so these patterns that I printed off and then I have notes and stuff on them, I'll put them in a file folder. And I will put them, I have a file cabinet downstairs where I store some of my patterns. So I will put this in the file cabinet, and then if I want to look back and think, what bag did I make, or, did I like doing that one? Did I not like it? Then I have my notes and my patterns right there, and I can just pull them out. Okay. I think that's it for my tote bags. I do, like I said, I'm trying to work through some of my stash. So I have another tote like this that I pulled out, and it has skeins. These happen to be sweet roll, but I have some other ones too in here. And it's like, what do you do when you just have one color of sweet roll? So anyway, I have a couple videos coming up on this, on what I'm going to do with these. So stick around and watch those. I also got my Mary Maxim Crochet Club Kit this month, and again, it's another pretty yarn. So I'll be doing a video on that. And I think that is it for now. So thank you so much for subscribing and watching, and I will be back soon.